I believe we are on Perak Review, and we read the first halacha yesterday. Am I forgetting something? No? Okay. So we'll read the fourth halacha again just to rev up into it. Kasu v'Torah, v'lo yirei lecha chametz. So chametz should not be seen to you. Oh, we forgot to look up the tzedukim, or I don't know if we're going to look it up. Right? We were wondering what the tzedukim hold by this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. About seeing it.
Right? About seeing it. Yeah. Yachol im taman also ohif kidoso biad goyim lo yeh over. So you might think based on that pasuk alone that if he hid it or entrusted it into the hands of goyim, he would not transgress. Tam lomar, pasuk says or lo yimatzei b'vateichem, that leaven may not be found in your houses. Afil hitmino ohif kido, even if you hide it or entrusted it. Yachol lo yeh over ela im kein haya chametz b'veso. One might think that you don't transgress unless there's chametz in. He doesn't transgress unless there's chametz in his house. But if it's outside of his house, basade o be'ir acheres lo yeover, he would not transgress. Tam lomar b'chol gevulecha, as it says in all of your boundaries, b'chol reshuso, and all of his property or all of his possession. Weird, by the way. It's an interesting havmina that you would think that it's just bound by your house, like mezuzah or something. Like it's only in your house. Because I think we think of this. I mean, both of them are weird. I don't know, but obviously both sets of havminas are weird. But it's like I don't know. Maybe it's much more impressed upon my mind that the Isser is ownership. It's just weird, like someone plays a prank and like throws it into your house, or dangles it in your window. Oh, right, we said that. You might think that you're obligated. It's funny, this havmina does not come from a pasuk, right? A specific pasuk, like the other two. Hello. Oh, you know what? It's funny. This is the first time this has come up, but I forget. Aaron comes to Miplay now, and I forget that time is in person. So I always only make 3 copies, so you get to use the big guns.
Okay.
Oh, the mask.
The beat. For my ears as much.
Yeah. Almost like a mitigated Black Death bird mask.
But it's just more comfortable.
Yeah. No, here. Yeah, my brother and my mom like masks like that.
You look kind of like a duck.
That's exactly what I'm going for.
I mean, the ducks haven't gotten COVID, so just saying. Yeah.
Happy dinner.
Yes.
We're
good. Yeah. You bring enough snacks in there for everyone. All right. Yeah. So this is not havmina. We're still on halacha aleph, which we read yesterday, but we're just rereading again. This is not based on a pasuk or triggered by pasuk, right? I guess so. So I don't know if that means that this is meaning once you establish the maskanas of the last two, that it's usher in where was it? Even if you hide it or if you entrust it, and it's usher in all of your possession, then this havmina results from that, right? Because chametz of a goy. Well, okay, possession. How do you translate reshus here? Yeah. So what does that mean though? Because is there a word or concept that encompasses both? Because domain implies physical space still, but really it is possession.
I think domain also implies possession. I think it's the meaning of domain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, ownership.
Well,
Why not just ownership?
Because then why would you think that you have to? Oh, because mirashuso. Well, because mirashuso shall chametz shall goy. So it's not chametz that you own of a goy that's in your reshus. It's in your property, right?
Weird. You would have thought that.
You would have thought that, yeah.
I think domain has the same ambiguity.
Okay. Then domain, or hekdesh, or something that belongs to the hekdesh, sanctified. Tam lomer lo yiraei lecha, as so the pasuk says, shall not be seen for you. Shalacha yata roeh. So this is now with the emphasis on lecha, right? The other emphasis was on yiraei. This is on lecha. So shalacha yata roeh, you may not see. Of yours, it may not be seen. But you can see the chametz of others, meaning non-Jews, or of the Most High. Yeah.
I've noticed that you said shalif, or
oh yeah.
Is that more correct.
So yeah, apparently the in I don't know if this is a Taimani thing or if, but apparently like in the way that the original Rambams were written, then shin lamed is a prefix. It's not another word.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shell.
Yeah, it's shell. I mean, but yours, I mean, the one we're using says
Yeah.
shel acherim, right?
Shell.
Right, pizza as a prefix. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, because there's a dagage. I'm saying as opposed to
I suppose think shel acherim.
or no, just shelfa instead of like shell lefa.
Because that's like,
Dagage, is that one?
yeah.
Okay.
Putting emphasis on the line.
Yeah, any letter that has
Yeah.
luggage in it is a shvana.
Right.
See, I don't know this stuff. And this is the one area. I forgot.
You said
Well, I'm just reading the thing. Are we talking two different?
Shelfa, like just.
The fact that you write it as
Wait. Which word are we talking about? Or the last word in the first?
No,
Shelfa.
Shelfa. Shelfa.
Oh.
the line right before.
You said Shelefa.
You said shelafa.
Oh.
Opposed to shelfa.
Oh. Did I?
Yeah.
But
Whoops.
I think
You're
you're
correct.
right.
I know. So this is the problem. So I don't know if we were talking about this confession time. So I had to play a lot of catch up in high school, right? Because I started everything in 11th grade, and then I got to yeshiva afterwards, and I still felt like I was playing catch up in yeshiva because I didn't know how to read Gemara yet, so and then like a certain point came where I was just like able to read and translate. So the advantage is something, I don't know if it runs in, I don't know if it's nature or nurture or whatever, but my mom has really good language picking up skills, and so do I, and so did my brother. And so because of that, I didn't need to learn dikduk from a structural perspective. I just internalized the rules in the same way that you internalize the rules in English, but then I still, if there's the one thing I regret not learning, like setting aside time to learn, is dikduk. And I had tried it several times because I feel like I would love it, but I just haven't set aside the time. So like anything like that, that's an accident that happens to be right. So then like I can't pat myself on the back, but I can like give myself a thumbs up. But I just don't know the rules, and it's embarrassing. But yeah, so
It's all that like the 4 rules of shvana.
I know those letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a start.
If it's the first letter of a word, it's shvana.
Yeah. This is the other annoying thing. I don't know if anyone has an experience with this. I'm cutting you off on purpose. Of like whenever dikduk people explain stuff, they say it like it's the simplest thing in the world.
Oh, this is incredibly common.
Yeah, it's like what's obvious, and then they just say like there's this, and then there's all these exceptions, and then they all have like the acronyms of like folded garment and like twisted pretzel, like
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the third rule is like I was gonna say the gimel is like another like category of rules. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
These letters are 2. These letters are 2. Like half of those is like, I still don't know.
Yeah. Someday. Yeah. Although I will say, I just gotta pause this for 1 second here. I'm recording, and Chaim had a question.
I didn't really understand
So
you might think.
you might think that it's that you can't see chametz, that the issur is for, sorry, not that you can't see it, it's not issur re'iyah, but that the issur is if you have visible chametz, then you're over on that somehow, So if you hid it or gave it away so it's not going to be seen, then you would not be over. And then Kamash Malan, it says it can't be found in your house.
Right. However, in why that's like a certain issue. I didn't learn that from. I'm not saying that often when like it's a certain issue.
Yeah, well, that's what I kind of don't understand about these drushos in general is, and this is maybe more of a question for you, but okay, let's take a simple case. Pre-Eitz Hadar, right? The Torah says you take a pre-Eitz Hadar. So my understanding of how Torah Bal Peh works is God said, take for yourself blah, 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 pre-Eitz Hadar. And then he told Moshe that means an esrog. Is that fairly accurate?
In this case, yes.
Okay. So the question is, like, here, one would think that when he said to Moshe, Lo yiraei lecha chametz, then he clarified that means an issur of ownership. So then the question, though, is because of these 2 drushos, where did these drushos come from? And like, what was the assumption beforehand? Like, in other words, pre-Eitz Hadar is like a question mark. Like you have a pasuk, and without Torah Bal Peh, you just don't know what it is. And then God supplies the perush. But here, it's like, what status do these drushos have? Like, is there, what's the chronology of like when these were learned out? Like, is this something that was like the Tanaim?
The whole topic.
Okay, yeah. So it's the whole topic, yeah.
Basically, it gets into like weird questions about.
Don't say TikTok. Don't say TikTok.
No, it's worse.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
It's like the Rambam holds that the Yugel Midos are Dirabanan,
Yeah.
and then but like learn the rises from them, and like
Okay.
the whole complicated
yeah.
area that's like like it's gonna be like a whole
Okay,
topic.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
I think there are that he also needs motion instructions.
The Rambam.
Really?
Yeah. Like he needs the author and then he told him how to be started.
Okay.
I think
No, I think we hold they did.
I plead ignorance. I don't know. Yeah.
But there's a whole about it. He says no. He's anything that's welcome to be seen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Maybe we should save it for later. Yeah.
Comments time.
Yeah. So just keep our eye on the comments. Not literally. I mean, literally. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I don't know the answer to the question for those reasons. All right. Second halacha, which is new now. Halamarza chametz shel Yisrael. I'm gonna be self-conscious anytime I do. Yeah. So you learn from here, meaning from the outcome of all these drashos, that a chametz owned by a Jew, if he left it in his dominion, afilu tamun, even hidden, afilu be'iracheres, even in another city, afilu mufkad bi'agoyim, even entrusted into the hands of goyim, harizeh over mishum lo yiraei lo yimatzei. You violate both of them. The chametz, and I just make sure we're factually on the same page here. At the end of the day, it's impossible to violate one without violating the other, right? I don't think there's any case in reality that you violate one without the other. It's only in the Havaminas. Yeah. All right.
Can I just say it'd be a really interesting like set of halachos if you couldn't see it and like how you define riyah and stuff.
Yeah, that was what I was like musing about when I brought up that first point about like it's a completely differently structured isser. Yeah.
It'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Probably like erva, like you're like yiraei.
Well, yiraei erva is like seeing it, right?
Right.
This is it being seen, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Like I don't think, for example, like in that first Havamina, according to that, like if you walked into a Jewish marketplace, would you have to hide your eyes from seeing chametz? I don't think so. I feel like it's just your chametz, but I don't know. See, I don't know what the starting point is from the drashos, which is related to what I'm saying. Yeah, but you're right. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, actually, there are. I think for the korban, there's certain halachas about. I mean, I guess this isn't about the seeing of the carbide itself.
Yeah.
There's like, there are certain halachas having to do with actually being able to see. In terms of,
Yeah.
Like the person's blind, they're talking
right. You know, if Rabbi Meir and the Gemara were like a like. Was it? I couldn't hear.
No.
If Rabbi Meir and the Gemara were like a teenager who had a lot of time on his hands, he might write something like the Shulchan Aruch Shel Havaminas, like like an entire alternate set of halachos if you just base everything on Havaminas. Like that's like no one writes about these things because they're not lahalacha, you know. So yeah, that's the frustrating thing. All right, the harizeh over Mizraim. The chametz shel hekdesh or shel goyish ha'etzel Yisrael. So if you had chametz of a non-Jew or of hekdesh or non-Jew that was by a Jew, afilu haya imo b'bayit, even if it was in his, with him in the house, harizeh mutter, then that's permissible, right? Like my friend Sean with the pasta next to the shmur mata, because it doesn't belong to him. Vafilu haya shel ger toshav. Yad Yisrael Shaletas Alav. What? Why are we bringing ger toshav? So even if it was belonged to a ger toshav, which again is the kind of convert we don't have nowadays, someone who converts to Sheva Mitzvahs B'nai Noach by formally accepting upon themselves to keep them and to not worship Avodah Zarah in Eretz Yisrael at a time when we have Malchus. Is it Malchus or Sanhedrin? Or is it, I think Sanhedrin. Yeah. Or is it Yovel? Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember if it's contingent on Malchus. Okay, you were recently doing this, right?
Yes.
It's also, see, I was going to look in Hilchos Milchamos.
Yeah, I actually also recently was looking.
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah. Um,
Isn't Gary Toshav? That goy shkiva lav shalo yavod vodazara im shar mitzvus tabu b'nach below mal below taval hare ze mikabel nosel hare hu min chasidei mosalam laman ekor shmo Toshav if you look at lanu shiva beinenu stra kmo shvanu vodazara him mikabel get Toshav el bizman she yoval no.
I was going to say it. I was saying the other possibility. Oh man, I should have said it. That was what my inner Yovel meter was going. But yeah, all right, fine. All right, so vafilu hayashal ger toshav shiad Yisrael sholetes alav. Even a ger toshav that Jews have control over, which I don't know if that means like Israel has control over, or like a particular, like let's say you have like a particular what?
Yeah, it sounds like an individual Jew.
It does sound like it, right? Ein kofin oso lahotzi hachametz mirshuseinu b'Pesach. So yeah, we don't compel him to expel his chametz from our rishus on Pesach. Yeah, aval tzarech. It's just a weird that that's a separate category. Like how does the fact that you have your yad sholet on him, meaning I don't even know what that means. Like he works for you, like
we control the land.
Well, that's what I was asking, if it's like the nation of Israel or if it's a particular non-Jew. And it sounds like a particular non-Jew because it sounds like he's part of your household in some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it must be like a like an Eved Kanani type situation or something. I mean, he doesn't say Eved, but
I think it's like he's like.
I mean, have an Eved Kanani who is a
No, because
Ger Toshav?
no, he's not Pakistani.
No, but meaning if you have can you have an Eved who's a Ger Toshav?
Isn't that like inherently something different?
If a non-Jew sells himself into slavery,
If a
Yeah.
Ger Toshav-
It's
sells himself into slavery, yeah.
I think acknowledge to own a non-Jew who's not Mikabel, like being an Abitani for more than a year. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, he could just be like renting from you or something.
So it's like a
yeah.
butler, or yeah, maybe renting from you, yeah.
I don't think he's no longer in Hilchos. There's more.
Yeah, no, he's saying.
He definitely is higher status. But I'm saying, is it halachically feasible, right?
Yeah.
For a ger toshav to say, I look, I want a job, I'll sell myself as an eved. I've never heard anyone say that you can't, but like I don't know. I mean, and the fact that he's like a higher status, I don't see why that matters.
Maybe like.
Well, I don't know what he means by sheyad yisrael sholetes alav. His yad is sholet on him.
I think your example of butler is good.
Yeah,
Because he's not, you don't like.
he's operating on your terms.
He's operating on your terms, but like, you don't like have ownership over his things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. About tzarech lasos mechitza gavoa asar tefachim bifnei hametzo shel goy. That's interesting. But you need to build a mechitza 10 tefachim tall in front of the chametz of the goy. Shema yavo lihistapikim, because maybe you'll come to take from it. Yeah. So that was actually when I read that thing. Also, when the situation I described with my friend, we were in his rishus.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think this would. I mean, our yad was not sholet on him. He's not a.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think it applies there.
Yeah.
Like,
We have to force him in his own house to build a wall
Yeah.
around his comments. Yeah. About shalahepdesh, because what would that mean anyway? Then, like, if you go to Stop and Shop, you have to start building like walls around all the comment. Like, it's, if you're sholet on him, then you have, yeah.
Make like a little booth around yourself, and you're just like walking and like.
Yeah. Flamethrower. About shalahepdesh inotzarech, but you don't need a wall around the hekdesh. Mipnei shehakol portion in the hekdesh, because everyone separates from hekdesh. We saw that earlier, right? That's why if you find it in the fog, you don't have to put a kli on hekdesh because everyone already separates from it. What's weird about that though is it's not like hekdesh has a visible, like there's no heker on hekdesh, is there? Right, like if you have a bowl of Cheerios, like
Right.
people are gonna be pouring from, oh, that's the hekdesh Cheerios,
Doesn't it glow?
yeah, you gotta get special spy ink and then hold a black light or whatever. Kadesh lo yavo lidei me'ila, so they don't come to transgress me'ila.
This is definitely
Christmas.
just on it. It's a pizza.
I would assume so, yeah. I don't even see how you could structure the deraisa such that you'd have to do it. And it's also shema yavo lidei, so I think those are all, Yeah, or generally assumed to be.
I guess the other thing is like, part of the reason why you have to do this, where there's a lot of care that's necessary for chametz, is that this is something that's normally mutter to you and that it's not here.
Mhm.
But like hektish, like there's already this awareness that this substance is never mutter to you. Like you wouldn't think, oh, that's my box of Cheerios,
Right.
but like it was hektish, but you said it's chametz.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I should have said full disclosure here. The Perak Dalit and Hay in Hilchos Chametz is one that I have done the least. So I really don't have a sense of like yesterday's and what I had a sense of what the main halachas were. So we have to do some little like skipping around. Next one, goy hifkid hamito itel Yisrael, a goy who has entrusted his chametz to a Jew. Im kibel alav Yisrael achrayuso, if the Jew had accepted responsibility for it. She'im avado nignav yishalom lo damav, namely that if it was lost or destroyed or stolen, he pays him its worth. Harzeh chayav levaro, then he's obligated to burn it. It's not going to be good for.
That's the first second. Like, sure. And then like,
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Do I have to pay for this if it gets destroyed?
Nice.
Yeah. Sicko. What kind of thrill are you getting from that?
Where's my pretzel? I burned it.
Yeah. That's strange. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just like a strange scenario.
Right.
Boil v'kibel lav achrayus nasa kishalo. Since he accepted upon himself the responsibility, it's like it is. V'im lo kibel achrayus, and if he didn't accept the responsibility, mutter l'kaimo etzlo, then it's mutter to keep it with him. Mutter lechol mimeno achar Pesach, and it's mutter to eat from it after Pesach. Shabir shus hagoy, because it's in the dominion of the goy. No, in other words, obviously it's not just free for all, you can just eat it. It means that it's not in the category of chametz shavar alav Pesach, right? Yeah. Say again? Right.
Well, as long as you're not taking responsibility for it. Then...
Yeah.
No, you're not responsible for it.
I mean, this is, it's a category, right? I mean, it's, he didn't accept achrayus on it, Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I don't know whether the, like, categories of washing something for someone else, like or like part of the whole system apply to washing something for a goy. But if you're washing something and you're not being paid to do it, then you're not chayav for anything. You're only chayav if you are negligent.
Right.
If someone's like, hey, can you wash this?
Yeah.
Then that's like, you're not in trouble.
Yeah. By the way, you see at the bottom of the page is Hilchos Chametz, so we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Daled. Goy alam, a goy who is the ulam of the mikdash. No. Alam is that strong, like a bully?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just as alim. Is Mr. Greeny here?
Yeah, I think it's strong.
Was it? Oh?
Yeah, from what the rest of the halacha is.
Yeah, I'm so this is not me.
Only. Is he strong?
We're gonna use that as a run. Oh, instant violence. So when I said bully, I think that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
We'll say bully because it's more fun. It's more contemporary. All right. A
We don't have
goy.
violence nowadays.
What was that?
We don't have violence nowadays.
A goy who is a colonial bully oppressor of the patriarchy. Who has entrusted his chametz to a Jew. So there's no ordinary goy like the last one. Im yodea ha-Yisraeli. Why does he do this switch to Yisraeli? Right? Yeah, it's weird. If the Jew knows, the Israelite knows that if it was lost or stolen, he's obligated. Then he will obligate him to pay him. And he compels him and forces him to pay, even though he didn't accept responsibility. So it's a bully, right? He's bullying him into taking responsibility. Levaro. That's not going to be a fun day. He's obligated to burn it. Shahari nefshav ki'iluhu shelo, because it's considered like it's his. Because the compeller has forced him to take responsibility. Wow. Like, you can coerce someone into virtually owning something.
Yeah, and then like causing financial loss by that.
Yeah, wow.
Like
That is a bully.
yeah.
That's great.
Like,
Yeah.
Why would the guy? Like he doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't. But let's say like I don't know. Let's say he's renovating his house and like he needs to move it somewhere. He's like, you want my chametz, don't you? You want it. You know, you're gonna do this favor for me, right? A mafia guy, you know. Or and actually, that's probably an actual case. Like if the mafia is like wants to force you to be involved in their like illicit alcohol trade during prohibition, and like you know you're gonna do this, then you don't really got a choice. Yeah.
And you have to burn it.
Yeah.
And the mob kills you.
Yeah. Unless you're the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mechiras chametz. Yeah, that's wild.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It can be dangerous. What if it's like about nothing?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's only if you're kind of authorized use of the thing, not authorized of your life.
Right.
Yeah. Yisrael shehirhin chametz etzel hagoy. Never seen that word in my life. Hirhin, in the left footnote, hirhin is mishkin.
Yeah.
Oh, so he collateralized it.
Yeah. Modified it.
Colored it. Hifkid es hachametz shelo etzel hagoy ke'irvin lefiraon halva'a shalakach mimeno. So he made it like a deposit, right? He deposited. Can we use that word now? Then I lost my place. Oh, so he deposited his chametz with a goy. Im amarlo, if he said to him, I don't know who the pronouns are yet. Im lo hevesi lacha maos mikan v'ad yom ploni knei chametz ze me'achshav. So this is the Jew talking, right? If I don't pay you by such and such a day, then the chametz is retroactively purchased by you. Or owned by you from now. So then it's in the possession of the goy.
So he's like taking a loan.
Yeah. So let's do role playing here, right? So you want to be the goy?
Okay.
Okay. So you're the goy, and I on the 13th of Nisan, let's say, right? Give me my chametz and say if I don't come and if I don't come.
Yeah, I'm giving you $100. I'm like but like I need a collateral to make sure.
Oh, right. So then I give you my chametz, and I say, if I don't give you back the money by the 24th of Nisan, or whatever, 23rd, whatever, then it's yours from now. So even though we didn't actually transfer ownership, it's as if it's considered to be in your rishus.
Oh, even though
Yeah.
it never actually ended up in his interest.
So
It could have been if I didn't pay back.
It could have already it's like I'm making an acquisition now on condition that you don't pay me back.
Yeah. I am physically transferring it to your property, though.
Yeah. So
That's the HL goy.
I've got the half of the box of Cheerios.
And I
Not the Hector Cheerios.
No, the Cheerios.
The other remaining half. Yeah.
You get the other half.
and you actually
That's just
would,
simple.
That doesn't glow in the dark.
Yeah.
and you actually would pay him though, right? You're actually going.
Yeah.
to
It can't be a
not
ruse.
to be in his interest.
Yeah.
Ever. Will never be in his interest.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
In actuality, yeah. Meaning it's.
I think he's defining like a basic case.
Yeah. I don't know the basic cases.
I mean, I think he's just saying this is.
I can't even get the word collateral right. I don't know the basic cases.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't said what the boundaries of this are. He's saying this is a way that you can have it that basically what scenario he's setting up is the Jew has full control over whether he's actually setting up his comment or not, but he doesn't have ownership of it on Pesach.
Yeah.
He doesn't have ownership. Oh, meaning the goy has it, and if what's the retroactive part? The goy has it right now. Why is that weird?
The part that he doesn't pay.
If he doesn't pay,
And
then
he owned it from the time that he
the
gave
goy
it
has
them.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the goy.
Yeah. Meaning, yeah.
Yeah, because the guy's making a kinyan, so it's his,
Right.
but
Until you pay him.
yeah, but you can redeem your collateral basically by paying.
No, but it's not something that one point really normal. Because if I don't say it in order from now.
Yeah,
then it's mine.
yeah, the yours from now is what makes it that this is a kinyan now. When he's taking, he's making a kinyan now, but
But it could be a kingdom Gilmore if I don't pay back.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right. That's why.
From now. Yeah.
from now.
From now.
Yeah.
That's why.
Only if you say that.
Is it?
Only if you say that. Yeah.
And even if you say, right, if you say that and don't, and actually pay him back, so that doesn't actually happen. So it was
No.
never a kingdom Gilmore. In actuality, it never became a kingdom Gilmore.
If
You
you
got
have
paid back.
I think you heard that Pesach thing, like, you can't do it.
No, before Pesach, after Pesach. Okay,
Yeah.
before, at the proper time.
Okay, I'm not sure if there's a retroactive thing going on, because I think, I hear what you're saying.
Can we finish reading the halacha?
Yeah.
We're finishing the halacha, yeah. Also, chametz mutar after Pesach, and chametz is permissible after Pesach. V'hu shehi hazman shekavalo kodem Pesach. That's provided that the time he established for him is before Pesach. The im lo amar lo knei me'achshav, and if he didn't say acquire it from now, nimsa oso hachametz kiluhu pikadon etel hagoy. So then it turns out that chametz is a collateral by the goy. The asr b'hanayil after Pesach, and is asr in hanayil after Pesach. I don't know if that clarified things for me.
If it's also behind now, are you not allowed to decide to not pay in tax so that you don't have to, so you're not getting back this summer? Like right now,
Use the word mayu.
okay. Well, my question is it a form of hana if you say, I'm just not going to pay the goy back, and he's going to keep the chametz?
Because you're like giving him
yeah,
it's a hana to give it to him.
yeah,
Or,
yes, to give it him for the money.
Why, you
and
got
stuff.
money.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You sold your food.
Yeah, so
that's a hana though, isn't it?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess it's like
No,
That's,
but you got money.
yeah, I
you
guess
have
that's
to
right, yeah.
give it the money for the calendar and then just burn it. No, because it's your chametz right
I'm gonna
now,
look something up.
and you owe him the debt. So if you don't pay him back, he's gonna keep the chametz and get and you're gonna keep.
Yeah,
the
but
money.
if you don't pay back, then it wasn't.
No, he didn't say the from now. This is the second case.
From now it's retroactive, right?
From now is the from now. No. I think it is the normal picadon. No, like normal mushroom. It's not. He doesn't have any ownership over it. He just has it
Okay.
as a gift.
I'm going to interrupt, and because I'm having a hard time with this, I'm going to read it in English,
Okay.
just so I can like think about it first.
Okay.
A Jew who, this is from the Chabad.org, and let me just share the screen here. So a Jew who gives his chametz to a Gentile as a security for a loan, and tells him, if I do not bring the money between today and such a date, you acquire the chametz retroactively from the present moment. The chametz is considered as in the Gentile's possession and is permitted to be used after Pesach. This applies if the date specified was before Pesach. So that's the thing that I'm confused about. That's if
If they from now, meaning before Pesach.
okay, right. Okay, I see, right. Not the date of this.
Of the paying. Paying
Yeah.
doesn't have to be before.
Yeah. However, if he did not tell him you acquire chametz retroactively from the present moment, that chametz is considered as an article entrusted to the Gentile and is forbidden to benefit from it after Pesach.
Meaning you're open the ignorant idol by month.
That's what's confusing me also, right? Because yeah, he doesn't say that. Yeah.
What is after Brana?
After Pesach.
Saying you're open the ignorant.
Yeah. Are you?
Aren't those equated? Like, isn't
Well, I mean, well, then why doesn't he say the Doraisa?
I think
the answer is the Tanakh, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this footnote is long. I'm not going to go into
I
that.
think as a bit of background, we should just do all of the food.
And then he awoke from the nightmare. Yeah.
So I feel like we're getting into no longer raw.
Yes. Okay. Let's go on. Yes. Tarovet chametz.
Yeah.
Anything but is not.
Nope. Not going to talk about the spina. All right. Yeah. Okay. Pass. Tarovet chametz over in Aleha Mishum. This is Bekius here. Tarovet chametz over in Aleha Mishum Bal Yeraei uval Yimatzei. You are in violation of. Someone asked this 2 days ago. Yeah. You are over on Bal Yeraei for Tarovet chametz. Kagon Murius. Oh, here we go, friends. Kagon Hamurius v'kutak habavli v'sheichar hamadi. She'osin also mina kamach. That you make out of flour. Fine. Why do we get the impression that those were literally the only tarovas chametz dishes that like they had back then? And it wasn't even like native dishes. It's like the Babylonian kind, and like maybe Jews had a minhag to never make tarovas chametz ever, so they don't get into
Yeah,
It's
there's
a
never
lot
been comments at all.
Yeah.
Maybe they were all keeping.
Pariah. You are over for those, okay, that you make out of flour. And all other edible things. So that's interesting. So if it is something that has a mixture of chametz but it's not fit for eating, then it is mutter to keep on Pesach. That's really interesting.
Yeah. Wait, Torah system, right? Is there's no carbs, right?
There's no kares for tarovas, yeah.
So, right, this is.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. Oh, you mean for eating tarovas chametz?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, are you
You
getting
get
a
marbles.
nod from that?
From yeah. See,
And
well, if you got hana from it, it would be
that I think I know that can you like say like
Feed your animals.
no.
right. So then what's the question?
You got enough.
Are you allowed to get hana?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not to own it, man.
See, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because chametz is oser b'kol shehu, right?
Right.
And the isra hana applies regardless. So if you're permitted. What was it?
Why do you want to own it?
You're not allowed to. It's Vayal
No. If it's roy lachila,
Yeah.
Oh,
meaning if it's roy for some sort of hana, but not for achila.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Meaning this chametz that is not roy lachila, you're over. It's mutter for in terms of bal yeraei, bal yeraei. You would not be able to be nana from it, right? And that's you would not be able to, right?
I don't know.
Who's to say that? No, he never said that chametz that the isra hana and chametz has to be roy lachila.
Right.
it seems to me this is.
That's a valid question, but for
For
tarovas chametz,
Yeah. No,
like
not
chametz gamor.
then it.
All
even if-
it's not really nothing. I don't know ever be.
Well, I think comments about this not really feel. I think it's what you're talking about that it's also still.
It's still also banana, right?
You have to tell Robus comments that's
That's not roy lachila, right?
So I think it's the kind of interesting question that it's like how do you know whether it's also or not?
But have we seen anything that's leading us to think that it's not also banana?
Well, it seems to be like all of these categories have to either be reapplied or not reapplied. It doesn't need to have be like
I'm not so sure about that. That all the categories have to be consistent. When you say non-tarovas, do you mean chametz gamor? Chametz gamor is ein roy lachila. It is not mutter to keep, right?
No.
Yeah, you're over in bal yeraei, bal yeraei.
Right. Okay. Right.
What was that?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Not it doesn't.
Yeah, because that's like, yeah, you have to. It's unqualified.
Right. You're off on that right now.
You're also not like. And Hana, he hasn't made any qualification.
Right.
Means like
And then it's kind of that you know and off and you're like,
yeah.
no.
That's a valid question, right? But the
that's
facts are
decision
such.
by
Yeah,
Ross, specifically.
yeah, right.
Why do we think?
Yes.
Only in the hobby.
Ketzad. Arevas ha'abdanim shenasan l'tocha kemach v'oros. Was this some sort of tanning solution? Let's see. I'm looking at the English here. Yeah, tanner's trough into which one placed flour and animal hides. All I know about this process is it's disgusting, right? That's the only thing I really know about the tanning. So you place into it flour and animal hides, so that flour is not going to be roy lachila, right? Unless you have strange tastes. Even if you placed it in there 1 hour before the time of destruction, then it is permissible to keep it because it's not roy lachila and it's a tarovas. But if you didn't put the animal hides in, and you put in the flour 3 days before the time of beer, mutter, try nifsad v'hivish, because it went bad. So see, now this is the first time he's brought up this, that we've seen, this category that went bad. Meaning this is not tarovas chametz, it's just flour and whatever this trough, whatever else is in the trough.
Wait, hold on.
It's not royal achila. Well, it's yeah, it's not royal achila. Yeah,
It's chametz gamor.
it seems to be, yes, flour.
So wait, why are we bringing up tarovas? I'm confused. Why are we bringing up tarovas if chametz gamor itself, if it's not royal achila, is
Wait, hold on, now I'm confused.
It
It is tarovas. It is tarovas.
Oh,
Yeah, 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 it is tarovas. Yeah, and then toch shloshim yom chayav levayir. So presumably, like toch shloshim yom, it is royal achila, right? It might not be something you would choose to eat, but yeah. The pain.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
you need to put the hides in, so it's not like.
Yeah, the hides is what makes it nasty.
Yeah.
Faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the pain. I think we should read this one, even though it looks particular, but I think, yeah, this is an important one. Pain hakilor v'haritia v'ha'is planis v'tiryuk. You want to translate those, Isaac? Let's see. An eye salve, a compress, a plaster, or tiryuk, into which chametz was placed. Shenatzim l'tochen chametz muter l'kaimo and b'pesach. Shehari nifsada tsuras chametz. That's a new category. That the form of chametz was lost.
even though it's still edible, presumably.
Good question. I'm looking at these footnotes here. So, kilor is a sam merapel ayin, right? So an eye salve. Ritia is a pisas of bad merucha. The mishka shemanicha al makas. That's some sort of wound dressing. Isplanis, that's such a fun word. Is mashcha?
Imagining like being like they like on your salad.
Oh, oh. L'takvoshes im shemen odonav. Yeah, what's the mutal of Pesach? Oh, interesting. Look at this on the footnote 3 from the bottom. Mutal of Pesach. Oh no, it's not very interesting. It's just nosaf ve'ein b'hem mishum bal yeraei v'מצה. I thought that would be pashut. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this tsuras thingy. And then this last one's also very important. Let's just read it because Rambam puts it in one paragraph. Hapas atzma she'ipsha v'nifsala milecho kelev, the bread itself that became foul and rendered unfit for canine eating. Umalugma shenisracha. I always forget what malugma is. Is that some sort of medicinal thing? Malugma is a compress. Yeah, that's what they say here. That has been spoiled. You don't need to burn. Yeah, so we've got like 3 categories. What was that?
I said, but you should because it's gross.
Yeah, we got 4 categories of invalidating chametz now, right? We have it's not royal achila. That was where he mentioned in conjunction with tarovis. Then we have nifsad v'hivish, and then we have nifsedis tsuras chametz, and then we have eno royal achilas kelev. Are those all different, or are those like?
Oh, I thought the second one definitely sounds like the same as the first.
As the first one. Second one, shari nifsad v'hivish, but it's not though, right?
What's the first one?
Because the first one, or is it? First one it's not royal achila.
Oh, yeah.
This one is nifsad v'hivish. If anything, it's the same as
the last
one,
the
or
first and last.
yeah, this is confusing. People, I feel like people only really talk about in royal achilas kelev, right? La halacha.
Maybe
Maybe what?
Me.
Yeah.
well, maybe it's sure.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like the worst one.
Well, Hifsid Hivish could just be referring to the process of it becoming bad.
That's true. Or it could be referring to the process of it doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, maybe those are tanning terms, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because there's like
that
a
makes
bunch of weird chemical reactions that are supposed to happen with the
Right.
tanning thing. Yeah.
and that turned it into not edible.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So that we don't have to treat as one of the categories.
Right.
Anal royal achila is one category. Nifsat tsuras chametz is another category, and then anal royal achilas kelev is another category. It seems.
Yeah, so the first category in the buffer sounds like
First category in this last paragraph.
Yeah.
That means the nifsat tsuras chametz. Yeah. Okay.
it sounds like if let's say you have like a lotion or a shampoo or something like that, it doesn't matter whether it's royal or kelev.
Yeah, it sounds like as long as it doesn't look like the chametz.
It's not like a food, it's a
Right.
thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you gotta just like liquid or you know.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're saying if there's two different things, the first and the third, so then in royal fila is even to a kelev.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the first time he mentions in roy lachila,
Yeah.
I think that's talking about la'adam.
But and the second one, oh, okay.
Yeah, and those are two different standards in halacha, definitely, right? Yeah, because I think we say by regular ma'achalos asuros, if it's in roy lachilas adam, then it's not asur anymore. But by chametz, then we say lachilas kelev.
I see.
Yeah.
You might have said this earlier enough, yeah. Is there a shiur for on mother?
He hasn't mentioned it yet, right?
Right, so I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, unless he mentioned it. Well, we read all of Perak Aleph. So if he mentioned it somehow in the Perak about Bedika, I mean, I felt like we didn't miss it, but I don't know. Okay, next. I think. Oh, look at the last. We might as well do the last two. The Gadim Shekipsu Osan B'chelev Chita. I never quite got what Chelev Chita is. I mean, I don't think it is cream wheat, but I do have that association every time, right? I guess if you could have oat milk, is there some sort of equivalent of like, I don't know what oat milk is either, you know?
Why are we laughing at frozen oat milk?
Why not?
Yeah, it's some sort of laundry thing. Oh, that's like a contemporary issue, right? Papers that are stuck together with chametz. That's like there's a lot of stuff like that nowadays, right? Like people worrying about the glue, glue that has chametz in it.
You have chametz in it?
Well, some sorts of glue, yeah. I think that's why some people like don't use paper plates. Like there's some sort of like starch or something. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's halachically a chashash, but the whole kiyot and other things like that. Mutar l'kamen b'pesach the ein behem mishum lo yiraei v'lo yimatzei shehar tzuras l'chametz omedes. Ein tzuras l'chametz omedes. Oh, wow, that freaked me out because the tzuras l'chametz does not persist. So this is not tarovis. Like the last time you mentioned the tzuras l'chametz thing, that was still. No, that was also not. What is the difference between this case and yud? Okay, that was a tarovis chametz. The nasan latochan chametz, that was yud, and then now this is these things which are straight up chametz derivatives. Oh, the clothing. Oh, meaning because it had a chametz residue in it. Yeah, right. So there's like traces of the chametz stuff. Yeah. So then you're not over in Bal Yeraei going Yimatzei. You don't have to burn your sweater. And in davar shnis ar bo chametz ve'eno ma'achal adam klal, something that chametz was mixed into that is not human food at all. O ve'eno ma'achal kol adam, or it's not food for every person. Could go and have tiriak v'kiyotabo, like that mysterious tiriak. Teriyaki? No. Va'alfa pi shemutar l'kaimo, even though it's mutar to own it, asur la'ochlo ad ahar pesach. So I should eat it until after Pesach. Right. So that's what I was saying before about the tarovis chametz. It's still going to be usher b'kol in terms of the itcher chila.
You can't eat your sweater.
No. Yeah. Very tempting. Yeah. No, and Chabad didn't say in the translation. Let me just do this in the footnote. We thought Tiriak first in 10. Yeah, so then they don't say what Tiriak is. Did the footnote guy say Tiriak? In Tiriak is Tarkiv Nugad Alim. These are all just words I don't know. Shefufak misama mane marpe ubehem nachashim. Something about snake stuffs. I have no idea what it is. Yeah. I feel like the fact, I don't know what it is. Okay, so let's start Hamishi. We have 7 minutes, but this is one that I also don't want to go into in depth because this is extra kalim. And like, this is kind of wrapped up in your idea stuff. In asur mishum chametz b'pesach ela chameshes mini hadagan bilvad. Oh, sorry. First, it starts off with chimut. This is very important. What am I saying? This is the definition of chametz. Okay. Ein Asr Mishum Chametz Pesach Ela Chameshes Minei Hadagan Bilvad. So the only things that are Asr on Pesach are the 5 species of grain alone. V'heim Shnei Minei Hachidim. These are the 2 species of wheat. Shein Achita v'Hakutemet, which are wheat and barley. No, this is not barley. Wheat and rye. Thank you. And rye is the same as winter wheat? Is that a thing?
Is it? I have no idea what winter wheat is.
I don't know.
If it is, that explains this.
Is it like a West Coast thing?
No, I think it's a bread people thing.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look it up now.
You
I
don't
saw-
eat bread.
I know. I just really care about people who eat bread. Ushloshes mini hasaorim, and 3 types of barley. Shein hasaora, which is barley, vishibula shual, and shifon. So one of those is rye, one of those is spelt, and the other one is
Ritual is
oats.
That's
Okay.
the one that the Makom Machos is from.
Yeah, and then
that's
spelt.
what I did the quotes.
Right. What's the other one? It's a different kind of wheat or something? Double wheat or something like that?
I don't know. Is that what you call it in New York? I'm not sure.
Yeah. What?
Dennis is right.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah. So kutemis is one. Kutemis everyone holds is the only one of them is in doubt, and that's the oats thing, right?
Sure.
Oats.
Yeah. What do they say? What is the other possibility other than oats?
I don't know.
Wheat.
But oats don't naturally grow in Israel's climate.
I see.
And they don't really like fries.
I know who
Like oat bread doesn't.
Right, and the celiac people can have oat stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that proves anything.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But I know that there was one year that a major posek, poskin that you can eat oats on Pesach, and that was like shocking to everyone. And then he retracted like later on, which was interesting. Like that's a big thing to like poskin on, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, if it's Isra or Karis. Yeah. Aval hakitnios kagon oris v'dochen upulin v'adashim v'kiyot but kitnios. Which I know people translate as legumes, but don't tell me rice is a legume, right? Like oriz, and what I always forget what dochan is.
Kidney.
Dochan is what the kohanim stand on.
Oh.
Yirgas kohanim.
Oh, black one.
It's like the other, as far as the Dauphin is the like a category.
Millet, which I still not know what it is, but I've heard the word before.
Oh, I can tell you, we have it in my house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
Mango loves millet.
oh, nice.
No.
I suppose it's good. I'm glad he's Sephardi. Dochan is lentils, according to Chabad.org. Wait,
No.
sorry.
Poland's lentils.
Poland is lentils. But it's funny, they
No,
don't
no,
translate.
no,
They don't. Yeah,
Dutch
they
is
don't.
lentils.
Yeah, right. They don't translate all of them on Chabad.org.
Poland's
Now I don't
lentils.
trust the entire site.
Yeah, Poland
They
is
just have 1, 2, 3, 4 items, but Rambam lists.
4 items.
Oh, so then they do.
Yeah.
And now I trust it
Rice,
again.
millet, wheat, and
I have trust issues with websites. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're right.
Poland, and Russian.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Dutch was definitely lentils.
Poland is
Poland Springs.
Poland is beans, Russian is lentils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aim behem mishum chametz. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to put in that category, it's aim behem mishum chametz. So there's no
The beans are 9 times the size of lentils.
Whoa.
really.
Yeah, it's in the guide.
Wow.
Wait, what beans?
Beans,
A beans?
Poland.
Poland beans.
Mhm.
They grow in Poland.
These beans are 9 times the size of lentils.
I mean, lentils are very small.
Yeah, they're the size of 4 hairs.
This is what happens. This happens to your mind when you spend too much time in the game. Tell me about the scaliness of the yeah. All right. Ella afilu lash kemach orez v'kiyotabo berutzchin v'kisahu b'begadim ad shenitpach kmo batek shel chametz. So even if you needed rice flour and other stuff like that in hot water, boiling water, and covered it with clothing, meaning to proof it, as I say, ad shenitpach, until it puffs up. It's like dough that has fermented. And that is mutter to eat. Because it's not chimutz, it's sirchon, which is spoilage. Which is an interesting thing, just like chemically, like I don't know if that category is a chemical difference or if it's just like in terms of the way that we relate to it. Because fermentation is a type of spoilage. I mean, it's
Right.
stuff breaking down and being converted into sugar or whatever happens, or consuming the sugar. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's keep with our tradition of doing the first halacha of the last thing and then ending, right? Because it's almost on. Yeah. All right. Good stopping point. All right. So we are well on our way to probably finish 5 and 6 either next time or the time after, and then spend the rest of the time on Seder stuff. Yay. Okay. See you, Moshe.